Okay, so now we're going to talk about present value. Okay, present value. What we're doing here is we're taking a future lump sum and calculating what's it worth today. We're taking, trying to figure out if I have this much money today, what would it be worth in the future? So if we look at our timeline, nothing changes on there, but now we have our interest rate, we have N, and we have future value, and we're searching for present value. If we look at our initial equation from future value, so future value was equal to present value times 1 plus r to the t. We rearrange that for our present value, then that is just the future value divided by 1 plus r to the t. Okay, so we can see, and this is very clear, to concept that you folks need to make sure you understand. The present value and future value are reciprocals of each other. So there's an inverse relationship between present value and future value. So let's look at, let's just go back to our original equation. Right? So if we have $110 in the future and we were investing that for 1 year and we wanted to solve for the present value, we would see that is $100. Now, why would we do that? Okay, well, quite honestly, if you knew, hey, when I graduate, I'm going to drive the same car I have for 3 years, so I can save money up to buy another car, and you got graduation gifts, you had money from your jobs and things like that, you could say, if I want to buy a $10,000 car in 3 years, how much do I have to put away today? Okay, so let's just jump into that. We'll do some examples here, and so let's just say we have our timeline. We have our interest rate is, say, 5%. We have 10 years. And let's say we need $15,000. Okay, that's our future value. Now, you could use this as an example of when you want to buy a house. How much do I have to have today to invest to be able to buy that house 10 years from now to have a deposit for the house? We're doing a new problem, so the first thing we want to do is clear our time value money. So that's a second function. Okay, and I like to quit to get back to all my zeros here. Now, so 10 years out. Okay, 5% is my interest rate. I'm looking for present value, so I don't have that. 15,000 is my future value, and I'm just going to compute present value. And I can see that's 9,208.70. 9,208.70 is the present value there. Okay. We could look at it like, let's say, once you had a child, hey, I got 18 years before my child goes to college. I know I can invest at 8%, and college is going to cost me $250,000 when my child goes to that, goes to school. So how much would I have to invest one time to be able to send my child to college? I'm going to second function. Let's clear out new problem. Okay, so I have 18N. I have 8% for my interest rate. I have $250,000 for my future value, and I need to compute present value. So when the day your child is born, if you had $62,562.26, you could send your child to school and have that paid for. What was it? 62,562.27 there. Okay. Again, the reason we do this, it's very important that we understand we're making decisions today. Okay, so things are cheaper today, so it's easier to invest that money today. Let it get that compound interest, let it grow, so that way it doesn't cost us as much down the road. Okay, more examples of that, and we'll figure that out. We'll do some more problems on that as we go. If you want another example of what to look at here, a good example for this would be figure 5.3. Let's see. You can look at figure 5.3 in your book. Gives you an idea of the present value. Now, of a single dollar at different interest rates, okay, given different time frames. A couple key concepts you need to understand here, okay, and I'm going to tie this both to the future value and the present value. All things equal, okay, the longer the period of time, meaning when I say all things equal, that means if our interest rate's equal and my present value is equal, the longer the period, the longer n, okay, the greater my future value will be. All right. All things equal, the longer the period of time, the smaller my present value will be for a needed lump sum in the future.